Hello, 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 everybody. Merry Christmas. Hi, my name is Chris. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm thankful, first off, that I was asked to be part of this Christmas premiere. It's my first one I've done. So, yay, thank you so much. I'm so grateful for you all to be joining me today. So I'll first like to do this first part of the video introducing myself, give you a tiny bit of background. Again, my name is Chris. I live in New Jersey in the US, of course. I in my 40s. And I started diamond painting in February of 2019. So I came across it on a Facebook ad. I was just scrolling along, and there was this, picture of a a pretty picture, and it said whatever, it said diamonds or whatever on it, and it had a price tag, and I was like, that's really interesting. What is this about? I don't understand. So I clicked on it. It was probably like on Amazon or something. And so I took it over, and I was like, oh, okay, this is a craft. So I did a tiny bit more research, maybe a tiny bit more. I kind of looked through, and I'm like, you know what? Let me try this. This is it's a cheap little thing. Why not get a few? And so I got about 6 cheap diamond paintings on Amazon. And since then, I've been hooked. Coincidentally, the year prior, I had started doing coloring, adult coloring. Now, with the coloring, well, first off, I'm a kind of a what I would call a monogamous person in a lot of aspects, including crafting. So when I'm stuck on one thing, I usually stay on one thing. So at one time I was a puzzler, so I did puzzles only. Then I would do coloring, then I do coloring only. And now I'm diamond painting, now I'm diamond painting only, And so I had done coloring for about a year. I've been getting kind of the adult coloring kind of thing, meaning adult books and pencils and markers and all that kind of stuff, trying to learning about shading and mixing and that sort of thing. And it was nice. It was fun. I like doing it. But honestly, I'm kind of a kid in that way, whereas I kind of just like doing kid coloring. So that's still my favorite, is just doing kid coloring. I like the big old fuzzy paint poster things and using markers and stuff. So that's just me. I'm just kind of weird that way, as opposed to the adult coloring, which takes a lot more time, effort, and expertise. I like just doing it nice and quick and having a pretty picture. Anyways, but yes, beside that point, I did my dad had bought me a lot of coloring stuff for Christmas the year prior, including a light pad. Now, I never used light pad because he bought it not only because you don't use a light pad for coloring, but he bought coloring stuff plus sketching stuff. So I had no interest in sketching anything or tracing or anything like that. So basically, the light pad sat in the cabinet for a whole year until I started diamond painting, and I'm again, learning about diamond painting and what it is, and I see people use this pad for diamond painting, so I'm like, great, so now I have a use for it. So it was kind of kismet that way. So I used the light pad from the year prior, just coincidentally, that from a gift he got me, and I started diamond painting in February 2019, and since then I have been hooked. I love it more than I did then. I got my mom into it. We had some fun the time she was still here, diamond painting together, her taking all my stuff, and it made her happy, and that makes me happy, and that's a really good memory I have of that time in life, is her making her be able to be happy and doing it together, and giving her enjoyment that way. So, like I said, so it's been 4 years, and I originally started my channel really on a lark. So the purpose was not to actually become a YouTuber or a creator. What I was doing was as I was doing dime paintings, I would post some pictures on my Facebook page, but I never really liked the way the pictures came out. So, because they never really show as well as a video does. And even videos aren't great. In person's always the best, but video is always superior to pictures. And so I would shoot a small short video and put it on Facebook. But a lot of times it didn't go on right. And I did it for my friends on Facebook to show them what I had done because, I'm proud of it. I want people to see what I'm doing. And so the video just didn't look right the few times I did it. And I'm so like, well, I have this YouTube channel for like years already that I created. I just had put a couple, at that time, I just put a couple music clips up, in case anybody wanted them, of songs that I really couldn't find anywhere else on YouTube. So I just had those on my channel. And so I was like, I'm just going to put them on my channel, these short little dime painting videos, and then I'm going to put it on my Facebook to direct them to go to see the video on my YouTube page. And so I did that. And then when I was getting into, again, more into the craft and watching other people's videos, I was like, okay, well, let me just post a couple of videos of, and I don't remember exactly because I haven't looked back like 4 years almost, but basically by now. I probably did I got a whole bunch of paintings here, let me show you what I got, or I did a video of a whole bunch of finishes. And so I remember at the time I had probably put them all I did video clips all at once, and I put them all up at once. And so that was my first intro into the YouTube verse as being a creator. And then unfortunately I lost my mom, and so that took a really long gap in between me coming back to it. And when I did, I don't know, it kind of exploded in a certain way. I was able to get more friends or viewers watching. Well, I should say viewers who turned into friends. And I'm really so grateful for everybody who has subscribed and watched and become my friend and who I interact in the community with, because like a lot of us say, dime painting is fun. It's a stress reliever. It makes our lives honestly a whole lot better in a lot of different ways, and part of that is making wonderful friends, and people out there have become so generous and so friendly with me, and I hope they feel the same way about me, and I truly appreciate you all. So that's why I also wanted to say, I should have said before, which I don't remember if I did, to anybody new here, if this is your first time seeing me, thank you for watching. I appreciate you watching. I hope you like this Christmas premiere. I hope you try to go back in my other videos, see if you like me, and if you do, do the YouTubey things and subscribe and all that good stuff. And to my true blues, you are the best. Thank you so, so very much. You know how I feel about you. I tell you all the time, but I just love you all to bits and pieces. And with that said, what else should I tell you? I guess I should just basically mention that what my video is going to be about, because I'm almost at 10 minutes and me just talking. And that's another thing you'll learn about me, is I tend to ramble on, even though I don't have a whole lot to say usually. So I had wanted to do this video, meaning what you're going to see in a little bit, for quite some time. Basically last year, not this past summer, but last summer, I turned the spare room, which was my mom's room, into my dime painting room, or really the craft room, but I call it the dime painting room because that's the only craft I do in there. And which is kind of not even true. It's really kind of a dime painting storage room, but you'll see when we see it. And so we decided I was able finally to use that room or open it up, and we put I got some curtains, some pretty ombre curtains, and a really nice throw rug to go over an old rug that's in there. And I moved my desk in there from my bedroom, and kind of just made it my craft room. And so I wanted to do a tour of the room, but I never got around to it because when I moved or made it the craft room, I had to take all my stuff from my bedroom, which is where I stored most of my dime painting stuff, and I had to move it into the other room. And at that time, since I was doing that, I shot and recorded my stash video, which I did previously before, which you could always check later on if you want. And so I did that part, and I was meant to do the other part, but me being lazy and a procrastinator, it didn't get done. So, meanwhile, over a year later, still didn't do it. And so I'm deciding, what am I going to talk to you all about this year for this Christmas premiere? Excuse me. I don't know. Well, let's do a tour of the craft room. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to tour the craft room. I'm going to show you how I store my diamond paintings, where I store the drills. I'm going to show you a couple other things, like, because I've been asked before about me sectioning my paintings off, flattening the paintings so they're nice and flat. And I'm going to show you my walls that are up now, the stuff on my walls, and see what's hanging up. So, with that said, again, thank you so much for joining me, and let's start the tour now. All right, see you in a minute. Bye. Y'all want to hear something funny too? I actually filmed all of these clips, and I decided previously, about like 5 or 6 days ago, and I just didn't like them. So I'm doing this whole video all over again. Can you believe it? Yes, I'm just that kind of person. I just did not how it turned out, and how I had to edit some stuff. And so we're doing a take 2 for all of these clips, and sometimes a take 3. So here we are. That was just a bit of useless information that I'm giving you. So here we are. This is my living room, where actually the Christmas tree is, and this is the wall by the stairs where I have my diamond paintings. Now, usually I hang up other stuff throughout the year, but because it's the holidays, the Christmas stuff has to come up. So what do we have? This absolutely gorgeous one called Christmas Morning, and that was a Diamond Art Club, and it was fabulous. And by the way, I added a whole bunch of white ABs because they just didn't give you enough. And this one is, I think, called Happy Christmas from Dreamer Designs, and I just finished this in November because I wanted it done for this year. So I have 2 beautiful Christmas houses right there. I was a little worried about that because, you know, I used to call it the pink Christmas house. And when I got the drills, I was like, ooh, these are really dark. But no, it is actually pink and purpley, and it is very beautiful. So we also have down here my favorite bubble rounds. So we have the snowman, a cardinal, kind of like a Christmas joke, jester boot. And we also have down there Santa in the bubble round. Then here is the Pride Snowman from Crystal Canvas Art Designs. He is just so cute. And finally, the last one hanging up in here is these 4 cute snowmen that my dad got me for Christmas last year. So there we have it. There is my Christmas wall. On to the next clip. Okay, now we're in my bedroom. So this is one of the walls, which, just an FYI, I love wind chimes. Again, I have an obsessive personality, so I have tons of wind chimes, and a lot of them are hanging up in here. Here's some more of them. And I have this kind of ceiling where I could hang them from the ceiling. So yes, I have lots of them. So that's why they're a little obstructing the way here. But those are chimes. So what do we have here? We have some more diamond paintings. So Diamond Art Club, this middle one here and this one here. Those are both of the 2 guys. Those are customs I had done. They are pop art. I love pop art, and I had custom made. Then over here is a gift, my first ever gift, from a friend, my dear friend Maritza. She was very kind enough to send me that. Then over here, also there, this is kind of the 3 paintings here are my mom dedication. Actually, let me move a little closer. So that's a custom I had of a saying that we would say every night since I was a little kid. I completely changed a lot of the stuff in there. Tons and tons of zhuzhing up. And these two, I also changed a little bit in dedication to my mom to make them a little prettier and make the wording legible. Then I have a little unicorn down there framed. How cute. The Golden Girls. This girl here. A full crystal sun. A bird. How gorgeous is that? Now those birds right there, the ravens or crows, that's actually a square. That's a budget square, which I have only done like 2 of them. And that came out really nice, and it was really enjoyable, actually. And another full crystal there. So before I move on to the other wall, I'm just going to zoom you down real quick. So here we have lots of other ones that are finished, that are just on the stand. This used to be a TV stand. So I have tons of them on there that are finished. And over here, there's a huge pile of those small, tiny, like kid kind of bubble rounds there. And I have more over here. This is quite a few of the stuff my mom did, like that top one and this blue one over here. That's ones that she did. So those are there. Here is another ton I have on a folding table of larger kits, mostly premium company kits, except this one on top. This one right here is a special one, because even though it looks, you know, like a hot mess, which it is, this was my first ever diamond painting I ever did. It's of Alice in Wonderland. And you can kind of tell Alice there, but the rest of the stuff, a mess. So that's my first one. It's a mess, a huge mess, but I keep it only because it's the first one ever. You got to keep your first one. Okay, now let's zoom back up. Let's take a look at, sunny outside today. Let's look at the walls. So first off, these two here, this long one here, this flower one, and this partial peacock one, which is a rhinestone. These are 2 of the first ones I bought from AliExpress. This one I did as soon as I got it. I loved it. I got a frame for it from eBay. It was like 20 bucks for the frame. Cheaper than the actual diamond painting, but I just loved it, and I hung it on the wall. Now this one, I waited like 1.5 years to do. It was just sat in the closet until finally I decided to do it, and it turned out really, really beautiful. It's very long, and I just love those flowers. Also on the wall over here are some off-canvas projects. Right there. Okay, let's zoom over to here. Now, again, full crystal. I did a lot of customization to that one. Beautiful. Now this one right here, again, another full crystal. That's a custom I had made as well. And that is, I took a picture from my local town's a Facebook page. Someone put up this beautiful picture of this orange tree in the fall with the leaves just falling off of it. And so I really loved it. So I took the picture and made a custom of it. And the final 2, this one, that's a square one. And there we have some turtles in the sea. I did have one hanging underneath this square right here, but I had to take it down for a minute. I just never put it back up. All right, now we're going to go into the craft room. So, hold on. Okay, as it is Christmas time, I put this on the craft room door. This is, again, another Crystal Canvas Arts with one of my purple stockings. And here we are. So, let's just enter the room and we shall talk. So, first on this wall, beautiful right there. That's a rose Proffitt. That's a square one from Diamond Art Club, a partial. I love the background. You know, it's a partial, which is fine, the black background, but all that beauty of the tiger. I made that for my dad, actually. But I hung it in here. Again, more beautiful ones. That's a custom at the end, pop art. Now I framed this one, even though I'm not a religious person. It's just a beautiful special drill partial one. Dorothy and Toto. And down there is Nevermore, a black raven. And again, I found that picture online and made it a custom. Now I'm just going to zoom you across and we'll do the walls and then we'll talk about the rest of the room. Oh, by the way, that is a off-canvas project hanging there. Here, one of my favorite ones ever. I'm just going to turn on the light. Maybe it'll make it easier to see in here. So that's from Dreamer Designs, Kindred Spirit. One of my most favorite ever. Love it. Same with this one. That's why they have 2 premium spots in here, right in front of the desk. Because that's a partial I got from AliExpress. And it has lots of gold and silvery and special drills in there. And it's just gorgeous. Okay, moving over to here. Start up here with the woman in gold, diamond dots. Again, that's another, technically a partial, but basically the whole thing is filled with special drills. I love that. If there's one canvas I'd ever do a second time, it'd be this one right here, down here. It's because it's just, it was so fun to do with so many special big gems. Then right in front of us, I created this mobile. So I got these keychains, these pride chains, and I got this like embroidery hoop thing and some string and made it into a mobile. We have some off-camera stuff here as well. A Ferris wheel and a Easter basket. And down there we have a little teacup with flowers. On the wall over here, we have some bubble rounds. Some other things, again, I customized those too a lot. I have a custom over here, but because this is a Christmas video, I decided to kind of not show it as much as I could. Only because I didn't want to offend anybody. So we have a couple over here. Look at, isn't that gorgeous? Look at that sky. Again, a giant bubble round. Now here we have a custom, again, pop art. The socialite holding her chicken. That's a pretty partial I have hanging up there. Oops. Love our Hawaiian kitty. And finally, of all the ones hanging up, ending on this one, the first Diamond Art Club I ever did. I saw this probably a few months after I started diamond painting. I showed it to my mom. She's a big enabler. She's like, I was like, oh, this is so expensive though. And she's like, oh, if you want to get it, you know. And I'm like, all right, I'll just get it. You know, this once I was only gonna, you know, what? It's a one-time thing, right? Not anymore. That went away really fast. So that was the first one I ever got. And at the time, I was still single placing only. I single placed for like over a year before, maybe, I don't know how much longer, before I learned to multi-place. Because I just, you know, we all takes us some time if we multi-place. So, excuse me. So I single placed that. All right. So now that we're back at the beginning, let's take a tour of the other stuff in the room. So, what do I do and how do I store my diamond paintings? Oh, I forgot to tell you this in the first part of the video. So, in my bedroom, I used to store, I'm actually going to sit down for a second while we talk. So, in my old room, when my diamond paintings used to be stored in there, they used to be stored on my desk, which I use down here. Occasionally. At least the big ones were. So all these up here that you see on the door and my premium kits, they were all laid flat out on the desk in my bedroom. The 30 by 30s and 30 by 40s I would keep in this box in the laundry room in my house. But everything else used to be stored on the desk, flat out. When I turned this into the official diamond painting room, I obviously transferred everything in here and had to figure out how I was going to store them. So everything went from being flat, not nice stored, up to being rolled back up. So all of these that you see over here on the back of the door, they are two hanging storage systems. I don't know what you would call them. These like storage sleeve things. I don't know what the official name would be. Sorry about all the shaking. I'm holding my iPad. So there's two of them, and they have two sides to them. They all contain the Budget Company stuff and Crystal Canvas art canvases. And they are the medium size to large size. So anything bigger than a 40 by 50 goes in here. Or 40 by 50 and bigger go in here. Anything smaller than a 40 by 50 goes in... I really don't have many. I have a handful of regular dime paintings that are basically stored under my desk. You don't need to see them. I just have them stored in there. There's probably like 10 of them of round drills. And the other ones are basically all special drills that are 30 by 30 or 30 by 40s. And they all get stored in these books over here. But all the other ones, budget ones, are here. So that's a lot of them. And over there, in that box in the bag, that red bag there, I have stuff of things I don't want anymore, or I know I'm never going to do. So that's what happens. I store them there. My premium kits I used to store when I first moved in here I used to store them in the closet right there in one of those big Rubbermaid bins. But it was too complicated reaching over because it's too difficult to move the rocking chair out and everything, and reaching over, moving the bin all around, trying to find it, and it was just a big old mess. So I recently changed that up. Now, by the way, when I used to store them in the bedroom as well, flat out, you're like, well, where were the drills? Same thing. The drills would be stored in a big old Rubbermaid tin, or box, not tin, plastic tin, a couple of them. And so they were a little hard to find because I didn't have them in any way sort of distinguished. So I just throw them all in. And not with all of them, with each other. Like I would keep the premium stuff together. I'd keep the special drills together, and the round reg together, and the square together. All kind of separated. And it was just too much. Too much. So now this is the new way to store them. The medium to large premiums and Crystal Canvas are there. The only thing in my closet right now is the two Craftablies. Oh, if you could just hold on one second. Sorry about that. There were two Craftably kits stored in the closet. That's it, because they're in the tubes. So where do I store my special drills? So like I said, the regular rounds, I only have like maybe about 10 of 30 by 40s, and those are stored under my desk. You don't just see those. It's no big deal. But the special drills, because if you don't know my channel, I love me special drills, bubble rounds. They're all in here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 of these books. So I got these, except not the one on the bottom, but these two. Well, these two are from a Budget Company. This is the ArtDot book. This is a book I got on Amazon. And again, another Budget Company book. And the 30 by 30s, I also got on Amazon, thanks to my friend Miranda, who originally had sent me 2 of these as a gift. And I found the store on Amazon, and I got a few more because they store the 30 by 30s perfectly in these books. So as you can see up top, this one says special shapes. So I store the ones that are not finished in here, as well as the ones that are finished. So see, this one is finished. Beautiful. This one is not. Now, I did not actually, oops, those are finished. I did not update that one yet. This one has all of the rounds finished in here. And there's a couple full crystal 30 by 30s, but that's where I store all my round finished ones. Oh, I'll be right back, guys. Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry about all these interruptions. Let's hopefully keep it back on track. So, as I was saying, my specials, this one is filled with regular rounds, as you can see. I have this one are the landscape type bubble rounds. Sorry, oop, get in focus, please. That one's finished. These are not. I have finished special shapes in here. And again, so I find it much easier storing them in these books. And as I go along, you know, you just take them out and put them back in. So that's how I store them in the books. Now, what I do is, I'll get to the drills when I'm done with the canvases, all right? So here's what I do also. I should have thought about how to kind of plan this out, but so talking about the drills, this is what I do. For the budget company canvases, Crystal Art Canvas Arts, whether they're large or small, this is what I do. So for the bubble rounds, I have an abbreviation and I have a sticker. So bubble round, and then I give it a number, 62. So this is 62. So this will go in one of these books, of course. And then the drills will go in a drawer. So I have this long dresser here. I have a nightstand dresser, and then I have another one, but that's not for drills. And so when I want to find these, I'll look in the drawer. And so it's easier than if you just throw them all in one bin and have to, oh, let me see, what's this, KA286. Now I have to go through like a bin of like over 100 bags, trying to look at the number here. And even if I wrote down previously how I did, I had 3 cups, still you have to read your handwriting. It's more difficult. If you have just a simple number on here, at least you can just look for a number, and it's a lot easier than reading the description of what you have on here or a long number here. That's much easier. So that's how I store them. Special shapes bubble rounds there. As I said, the 2 craftablies go in that closet. Now let's spin around here. By the way, there are a few more of the framed dime paintings. So the bubble round kits themselves, the BR, are in here. So I have bubble round, and those are numbered canvas number 1 through 57, and then number 58 through 82. And over there I have 82, which really signifies that's the last bubble round number that I had. So if I get another one, which by the way, they haven't released any in a long time, I would start out with 83. And so number 1 through 57 canvas is in here. So I have them, I used to have them all in one direction, but I probably took some out and put them back the wrong way. But so much easier just to look for this number here, you know. So that's how these are stored. I have a few kits here that don't fit in this box here. So also what I'm doing now is I used to get rid of the boxes. By the way, this is that nice float rug I have. It's a very pretty like honeycomb type rug. So I now have them stored in here because I decided to change how I stored them, obviously, previous. And how do I store my premium diamond paintings? I have them in this tall dresser here. So, first, let's start over here. Well, this is miscellaneous premiums. So, excuse me. Excuse me, sorry about that. So I'm opening it up. So what do I see? I have Mary's Diamonds. I have Distracted by Diamonds here. I have Spell Queen. I have Mystical Diamond Art. Diamond Dots. So that's all that is in here. They are rolled up. And I'm just using one thing. They're not super tight, but rolled enough to keep it in here. I probably have like something like 15 can fit in here. So that's what's in here. And then we go to the next one. That's Diamond Art Club Square. So, ooh, almost got a splinter. So in here I have some Diamond Art Club squares. And those go in here. Again, next up is my Diamond Art Club rounds. So those are in here. And up here, I have Dreamer Designs. It doesn't matter whether they're square or round, I keep them in here. I have the drills, some of them at least over there, and the sticker sheets. So where are the drills to all the other ones? Well, down here. So Diamond Art Club rounds go in here, along with their sticker sheets. And the premium kits go in here, again with their sticker sheets. There. And since I don't have any other room in this dresser, I had to put the other kits in here. You know, I could take them out of the box and just put the kits or roll them up like I did with the other ones, but I'm just going to keep them in this box right here. So I have those few here. Sorry about all this turning. I'm not making you sick. And I have some, and that's kind of a mishmash in here of what's in here. I have some premium ones. I have some budget ones in this kind of like a little magazine stand thing I have. It's just something I had to do for now. It's, you know, I know where everything is. And so the other drills are here. So I have, let's starting over here, since you didn't see them, Dreamer Design and Diamond Art Club squares are in this drawer right here. Again, I marked them over there. Drills, special shapes, all in here. And so again, it's the same setup I have for the special shapes. Again, I have special shapes, so I have SS, and then I give it a number. So when I go into the book, I find a special shape one I want. I'll get it out, I'll look at the thing, say, oh, there it is, right here. Much easier to find. And so those are those two. These two drawers are the medium dime paintings. So I consider medium from like 40 by 50 to 60, 50 by 60, that kind of area. And that's what's in here. I haven't updated some of these, or I have, but I just haven't used the other stickers yet, like these, you know, like I had to change some coatings on here. So this one is, I'd have to look for RMA, you know, and it's not a really big deal, RMB, but so it'd be round medium, and then the B for that the kit. And so are the mediums over there, and these are the large. Again, these are the budget companies, and Crystal Canvas, I think, in here as well somewhere. Same thing, round, large, and then again number 16 to 12. So that's how I store my dime paintings. I hope that I know I repeated myself quite a few times, but I hope you understand them. This is a really simple way, honestly, of storing them if you have the room. So I have the room in these drawers where I could store a bunch of drills away from the canvases, and I just think labeling the canvas and the drills is just a lot easier doing it that way. So before I leave this part, I just wanted to show you the rest of the room. Again, so we have our closet there. I have my rocking chair from when I was a baby with some stuffed animals, my troll on there. Let's see, window. Now here is the desk. It's, you know, it's a nice sized desk where I don't work too much on it, but I tend to unbox on here. I have my cover minders all on this light. Tons of them on there. As well as I have a little computer side of a computer where I have other cover minders and stuff on there as well. And so yeah, this is my diamond painting room. I hope you enjoyed the little tour. And more importantly, I hope you got good information with the storage systems. Now, I think I'm going to take you downstairs and show you where and how I actually do diamond paint. And a couple more little interesting things. All right, so hold on one second. Okay, so this is the actual area where I diamond paint. So it is my kitchen table. Here we have it. So I basically have free reign of this table because, oh, Scarlett is saying hello, my dove Scarlett, who, by the way, I did film a short little clip earlier. You'll be able to see her, and she'll make an appearance in that. But anyways, so I have free reign of this table because it's just me and my dad. My dad doesn't actually use or eat at the table. You know, he still works. He's older. He deserves some rest, so he eats in the living room, and I eat at the table and do my diamond painting at the table. So it's basically just diamond painting stuff all over, and with a little area at the end where he can put some of his stuff if he needs to. So starting at this end, these are new projects I did for the holiday season. Right now, those cards, the diamond painting cards, is what I just started working on. Again, I left my stuff all out. I could have cleaned it up a little bit before I showed you, but hey, why not, right? Show the real people the real things. Have some papers over there. Some of my diamond painting pens in the cup. Again, another decoration. Baby Yodas. A couple of them are standing right back at me, right up there. My mom is with me always because this is where I am most of the time. And so I put a Christmas hat on her. Hope it's not too warm red for you. And here's a little bin of just random stuff like labels, release sheets that I use, strips, and a whole bunch of other just stuff in there. Pens and scissors over here, laptop, and that's all other stuff, not diamond painting related though. But yeah, and so the light is over here. So if I need the light, this is my iPad holder. And my roller. So what I do, because I always use a light pad, I have this one, which is a bigger one. It's not the biggest one, but it's not the small one either. I guess it's the just right size one, which is good because it has the cord here, so it doesn't connect here, and those are not good, the ones that connect right to it. So this I've had for quite some time and have no problem with it. So I just, use it here. And so this is my little area. Yeah, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put you in the cradle, and I'm going to show you how I section my paintings. Everything I need is here. So I have my light pad, I have the pens I use, I have over here, you didn't see them by the fan where it is. I have my wax and my tips in there. I have my glue dots here, and I have my rhinestones and ABs in here. So this is a little cute box, kind of carry box. There was a teddy bear in here, and he's the kind that so he stayed in here, and on one side he lived, and the other side they had like a couple little outfits on a hanger thingy. It was really cute, but you know what? I didn't need it, so I just got rid of it. And I use this as my drill box. So I have rhinestones in here. I separate them by color. I'm not really precious about them. I try my best to match them up, but listen, there's many different shades. If there's different shades kind of mixed together, it's fine. You really can't tell, especially with rhinestones, unless you're doing a whole solid block of color. Maybe you'll be able to tell, but most times no. So I have my black and whites and my clears in here. Again, reds and pinks. And then I also have ABs in here. These are round ABs. I have half pearls, a bunch of half pearl in here as well. I do have squares. I don't think they're in here though. I think they are somewhere else. And I'm actually not too sure where they are right now. I have it because I don't do squares all that often, and I don't really have too many extra special drills for the squares. So I probably have them somewhere else. And I keep that under the table here, as along with my light pad. So, let's get to talking about sectioning the canvas. I just wanted to show you that real quick. So, this is what I do. Now, everybody works differently. We all have different ways to dime paint. But this is how I dime paint. Now, this isn't even really how I dime paint, I should say. Because I did something that I usually don't do. It's abnormal. With this one, this is the only whip I have going. I did this over the summer for an event I had with my dear friend Maritza. And I didn't finish it, and so this is the only unfinished thing I have going. So it's my only whip. I'll get to it eventually. But for some reason I decided to just do the middle part. And so the top and bottom are not done. But let's pretend, because I didn't want to get out a new kit. I was in an area to do it right now, and I didn't want to start actually doing it. So we're going to pretend like this is the new kit. It's not has no drills on it, right? So I kind of usually take the kit. Now, if it's basically it's a 40 by 50 or 40 by 50 or smaller, you know, I'll just do it normally. I'll kind of just do the whole bottom and then the whole top. Or that's how I work. I call that normal. All right. Stop that. So what I'll do is I always, with that whatever kit I'm using, I cut it, I do it in the middle. I separate the middle, so the top from the bottom. And then in a smaller kit, 40 by 50 or under, I'll do like the whole side on the bottom going left to right. And then I'll flip it and do it otherwise. If it's bigger than that, then I section it a little more. So what I'll do is I'll fold the canvas in half and figure where's the middle part. So the middle's right about here. Right about where these leaves are, right here, right? So I'll pull the clear plastic sheet halfway up. Then I will put these strips of release papers. Now, I have strips of both Diamond Art Club when they were doing strips of release papers with their brand on it, and also the Sunner Group papers you get from other kits with the opaque papers with the double-sided adhesive. So I have a whole bunch of these strips. You could also use any other kind of release paper as well. Cut them into strips. I cut them there. Now, this is a permanent strip I'll have. So I'll leave this there until the whole bottom is finished. So that'll be across there. Then I'll make a square over here. So let's say I want to do it like this. So this is the first area I'll work on with any diamond painting that's pretty large, is right here in the middle on the left top. And so I'll cut the plastic out, or I'll just pull it up and I'll work on it just in case I don't finish it. But I'll cut the, two sides, pull it up. I'll work on this. And then when I'm done, I'll cut the plastic off and I will move to this side. So then I will take the paper up here, put it over here. And usually I'll leave this one down because I don't want the glue exposed. So then I'll put another piece of paper over here and I'll work on this one and then keep going. And so I have the whole side like this done. And then I will do it again going down this way. So we'll do the same thing. So then time to start down here. I'll pull the paper up, or because I did the whole section here, usually I'll have plenty of extra on the bottom. So then I'll take all these out. I'll pull the sheet off completely and I'll just move it up. And so now the whole thing's covered. So now if I was going to start this right now, I would again do the same thing. I wouldn't have to put any over there, obviously, but I would just put some down here. And if I want to do it from there to there, I put it like there. And I do this. And depending on how I wanted to do it, because well, before I get to that, so why do I do it this way? You're asking. All right, because it's easier. Right? See, I can put the canvas down over the table and over, so my stomach is leaning on it, and I can diamond paint here and go all the way across. Whereas if I started on the bottom, then I would have to, you know, obviously lean into it, and I don't want to do that. And I can't work from the top down, like, you know, all the way, pull it all the way down here and then just move up. I can't do that. That's just not in me. So this is how I do it. You know, I have this pulled down here, and I work like this. So I get a whole section done there. Again, then I pull it up here. Now, I either can just work on the whole section across there again, or because I have enough now room over here, again, depending on the size of the area I started here, and that's left, I could just, you know, do a section here, and then do a section here, or I could just go across again, and then go across down here. That's just how I do it. And then, again, same thing. When that's all done, just flip it around. Again, starting on the left side, do the same thing. So that's how I section off my canvas. I have this here because this was from a previous video when I was shooting it, you know, explaining this to you all, but I scrapped that. So that's how I work on it. For me, it works fine and great that way. I can work on it any which way, from the sides to the up and down. You know, I don't mind doing it this way. You know, it depends on my mood, how I'm actually diamond painting. So, you know, if I could work on it, you know, just like this, put it down here, or I could just move it like this and work on it this way until I get to the middle. Who knows? Why I did it this way for this canvas, I don't really remember why. There was a reason. Don't ask me. But that's generally how I do it, because I don't like washi tape at all. So people usually put the washi tape, obviously, on the cover sheet and then do it that way. I hate it, can't do it, don't like it, no. So it's basically the same principle, only you're putting these papers directly on the canvas. And I also don't section off the whole thing because I don't want to be stuck into having to do certain size squares. Maybe I want to do less of a square one day or more of a square next day. So this way I can choose how I want to do it as I go along. Where washi tape, you know, you're kind of stuck. Okay, guys, before I show you my Christmas tree, because I think I have everything I wanted with the storage room footage and all that. Oh, I actually wanted to show you where I actually diamond paint. Oh, I have to do that too. I wanted to show you Scarlett. So here she is. Again, she's 17. She's a dove. She sees herself on camera now. And you're not going to talk to the people? You're not going to say Merry Christmas, Scarlett? So here she is. People ask her all the time, well, there she goes. Go ahead. Go ahead, Scarlett. Say hi. Say hi. She's still going strong. She's playing tricks still. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so this is going to be quick. I don't actually have a canvas I need flattening right now, but I do have one that a friend gave me. Oops. Okay, how am I going to be able to do this now? That's been sitting in here since I got it. Sorry, guys. So this is a canvas that she has. It's this cute little dog canvas, right? So when you first get a diamond painting and it's folded up, I mean, usually the budget company ones, obviously, what you do is you just pull this clear plastic halfway. Don't take the whole thing off. Do not take the whole thing off. Just pull it halfway up, and then with your hand, just, you know, force it back down nicely, smooth it out, and then do it this side, other side. Do it that way, and then, again, smooth it out. So it's still going to be possibly wrinkly and, you know, it needs flattening. So what you do is you do this. You can put it under something very heavy. So people put under mattresses, under heavy books, you know, anywhere that's heavy. You can put it under the bottle of water. I'm looking at bottled water on my floor. I could use the bottle of water, put it on there. But this is what I do because it's just handy for me. So I have the washing machine right here, and on top we have this bucket of detergents. So I just put the canvas under here and then right there. So obviously I put it better, but just one hand, I can't do it any better. So I let that sit, and you have to let it sit for a few days usually to make sure it gets nice and flat. You can take it and look at it and flip it maybe if you want, but for the most part, it should get most of the wrinkles out. Now you can also use ironing and other techniques. I don't usually personally do that, but it can be done. But that is how I flatten a canvas. And I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. I'm really short on time, so I just wanted to end the video by showing you my Christmas tree. Here's the topper. And I'm going to try to show you my best by looking down. So we use, oops. Okay. So we put these big lights on here, these like old-fashioned kind of lights. My dad got them last year and we used them. They're actually a lot easier just to strand. So I'm happy with that. And most of the decorations on here are either a couple things I made or was given, like well, you can't see one of them. One a teacher gave to me, like that little red heart and white heart I made for my mom. And basically everything else are just my yearly ornaments. We bought like this carousel horse in the glass in elementary school. Here's that little thing, ornament that a teacher made for all of us. And all of these kind of are just yearly ornaments. This was a gift from a friend of my mom's. You know, a lot of like hallmarky kind of ornaments throughout the years. This is my for baby's first Christmas ornament. Again, another yearly ornament. This one, can you see? No. Come on, Chris, get it together. This one has my mom's name on it. Little snow angel. And that's kind of it. I don't decorate the back. It's too hard to. So, again, this was from a family friend who actually, she was in her 90s and we lost her this year. So yeah, that's the Christmas tree. I'm just going to talk to you this way and say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know the camera work was really, really bad and sending you all. I hope you didn't get seasick. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it a little informative, a little crazy. It's a little bit of everything, but that's me. So, yeah, until next year. You know, well, it's going to be next year in a few days. I just want to wish you everybody a happy holiday and a happy new year. All the best for the new year for everybody. Hope everything gets a whole lot better. And here, I'll see you in the YouTubes, in the universe. And so thank you so much. And until next time, please, everybody, be safe, be happy, stay safe, stay happy, and happy holidays. Thanks, guys. Bye.